Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie. And good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this crazy world we're living in. Hope we're a day nearer to Christmas, aren't we? With the second day of Christmas now, 2nd of December. Hope you're getting organised for Christmas. Hope you're looking forward to it. I hope you're going to enjoy it. We're going to have a nice time anyway. Now, while I'm on, I just wanted to, first of all, I say thank you to everybody. Give my thanks, normal thanks. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Special thank you to my members. Members live tonight. If you're watching this video live, it's Monday, and there'll be a members live tonight. What else did I? Oh, thank you to people who've PayPal'd me, who've sent me Ko-fis for Christmas. Thank you, and super stickers, etc. Thank you all so much. Thank you to everyone who contributes towards my channel. And I just want, a little thing, because I've been trying to work out how to give away these free memberships that supposedly I can give away 10 every month. Now, the good news is I've worked out why I can't give them. And the bad news is I don't know yet how to resolve that. So apparently I can't give them because my account, my Google account, is what's called a brand account. So when I set it up, many moons ago, I've set it, I didn't even know that I was doing that, but apparently I've set it up as a brand account rather than a personal account. And that means I can't give these free gifted memberships. So what I've got to work out is how to convert it to a personal account without losing my whole channel and everything. So I am working on that. I've got to get up very early one morning and work on it. So as I say, I've sort of looked into it, and then once you start messing with Google accounts and things, it's like, oh God, what if I just wiped off my whole account or whatever, So I've been a bit nervous about it so far, because you have to sort of, anyway, doesn't matter. It's all convoluted. But who even knew I had a brand account? I didn't even know what a brand account was, what the difference between a brand account and a personal account is. But apparently you can only give these gifted memberships that YouTube are giving away every month if you're a personal account. So that's what I've got to try and do, convert myself to a personal account without losing my whole YouTube, etc. So I just thought to let you know about that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to open my, where's number 2? So this is my advent calendar. It's very nice, chocolate in it. I'm not, believe it or not, I'm not a mad chocolate lover, but I like a little bit of chocolate, a little tiny bit. I can't find number 2. I was just going to say I might have to do this later, because otherwise we'll be half an hour while I'm looking for number 2. And number 2 is, what the hell is that? I think it's a motorbike. Don't know if you can see that. Is it a motorbike? I think it is. Do you want some? Do you want a little nibble? Okay. They're really nice. So they've got like a little bit of milk chocolate in the middle. It's not a good idea to eat on stream, is it? In fact, it's ridiculous. I won't do this again. I don't eat quick either. I'll have half. I'll have the other half later. Sorry. So the other thing I'm going to do, because in today's video we're going to talk about Hannah. Let's put a picture of Hannah up. We've been talking about this case for quite a little while now. This very mysterious and very tragic case, even though we don't know what's happened to Hannah, where Hannah is. It has been a tragedy already, because her father, Ryan, in the bottom right-hand corner, Hannah went missing, didn't she, after she flew into Los Angeles airport. She was supposed to be going on to New York to stay with her aunt. She was with an ex, well, she wasn't really with. her ex-boyfriend, but the flights were booked before they split up. So he travelled there as well. I don't know if they sat together. He carried on to New York, and he is in New York helping police with enquiries. But for some reason, Hannah decided not to go to New York. Apparently, she made that decision voluntarily, according to the police, although Hannah's family are disputing it. She didn't go to New York. We know she was definitely in Los Angeles because we've seen CCTV of her. We know a few things that she did. She sent some strange text to her family, etc. And then she just disappeared off the face of the earth. Well, we know people don't disappear off the face of the earth, do they? They're always somewhere in one way or another. We hope that Hannah is alive, but we can't be sure. So what? Has she been abducted? Has she gone off voluntarily? Has she had an accident? I think that's something that people haven't really talked about. I suppose she could have had an accident somewhere, and who would know? Have the hospitals been checked, etc.? This lady that's with her here in this photo, that's her sister, Sydney. We heard from her yesterday. So this is the case that we're going to be talking about. First of all, I'm going to light 4 candles, becoming a bit of a tradition, this. And this, of course, one of these is for Ryan, her father, who has, made the decision to leave this world. Some people are saying, did Ryan leave the world voluntarily, or was he pushed? But I think that from what I can gather, there is CCTV everywhere where Ryan threw himself off a multi-story car park. And I think, immediately the police said that there was no foul play involved. I would say that's probably because it was all captured on CCTV, but we don't know yet. So 4 candles, 1 for Hannah, 1 for Ryan, and the other 2 for any of you who are lost. Any of us, a lot of us can be lost, especially lost not in the physical way, but lost in the way, especially coming up to Christmas. If we've had a bereavement, even lost a pet, or got problems, financial problems, worrying about Christmas for financial reasons. I mean, Christmas is a pressure on a lot of people, on a lot of families. So although it can be a lovely time and a magical time, it can be a really difficult time as well. So the candles, the other candles, are for anybody who's suffering in any way. It could be health problems, it could be mental health problems, it could be relationship problems, it could just be down in the dumps problems, it could be, clinical depression, couldn't it? This really, when you think about it, there's so many things can go wrong in this life. It's a wonder any of us get through it, really. But we do get through it. We put one foot in front of the other. We go through highs and lows, and we just have to cope with it. Take every minute as it comes. Practice, what do they call it? Living in the moment, mindfulness. When you're feeling down, what else can you do but just try not to think backwards to the past or forward to the future? The only moment you've got is this moment here and now. And this moment here and now, you're with me. We're chatting about this case. We've lit some candles for people who need it. And, you're okay in this moment. We'll figure out about tomorrow when it comes. Okay, so I'm just going to say hello to you all before I get into this, because there's a lot of rumours swirling around at the moment that Hannah is either being found or is going to be found quickly or soon, and we're going to talk about that and see what you think. And because this story has spiraled out of control, in a sense, everybody's intrigued by this story. Not only in Hawaii, where Hannah comes from, not only in Los Angeles, where it appears she's disappeared from, but the whole of America. And in fact, now the whole of the world. I think there won't be many people who aren't aware of this story if they watch any sort of news or read any sort of social media. So let me just say hello to everyone. Hi, Laurie. Hi, David. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Quizzical. Oh, Annie, good morning. Annie, chocolate, your downfall. I've got to be honest, chocolate is not my that's one. It's not that I don't like it. I do like it, but I can take it or leave it. I'd probably rather have a packet of crisps than a chocolate, but never mind. That's my downfall. Hi, Heather. Good morning. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you've got anxiety, and it's such a common thing, isn't it? Anxiety. It's even people that you think seem like they don't feel it. A lot of people feel anxiety, but just sort of soldier on, don't they? Some people are so crippled by it, it actually affects their life. I think through my life, I've suffered from it off and on, sometimes worse than others. Panic attacks, all that. Oh, there's nothing worse than a panic attack. And it's weird because you can't always put your finger on it. I think sometimes I'm not anxious about things maybe I should be anxious about, like, talking on YouTube to sort of loads of people, or, why am I not anxious about that? I don't really get anxious about that. But other things get you, don't they? Hi, Cherish. Yeah, I'm not going to have my hair cut short, Laurie, because I like to have it long sometimes. So what I've decided is keep it long, and then I can put it up when I want to put it up, which is normally just because I can't be bothered washing it. I'm so lazy. Hi, BF. Yeah, anxiety. I mean, it may be that Hannah is suffering from some sort of mental health episode. A lot of people are saying that maybe, if not anxiety, even people are making, speculating that there may be drugs involved, like voluntary drugs that she's voluntarily taken. Other people are saying, so I think there's something about this CCTV with the stranger. Oh, well, I don't know if they're a stranger, but with the unidentified male, that the police haven't shown us that particular CCTV, have they? Now, people are saying that she was sort of staggering a bit on that. But again, you just don't, because there's such a lack of official information from the police, you can't be sure, what's true or not. So a lot of it is speculation. And as I've said before, the problem is there is going to be speculation about Hannah's case because we haven't got any official information. And also now this added tragedy of her father, dying that way while he was in the middle of looking for her, and that it's just added the mystery. And, we are all human after all, and it's human to be intrigued by mysterious situations. Sorry, my throat's a little bad. I'm on water and lemon today. It's not very nice, but it's supposed to be good for your throat. So that's a bit of lemon, a bit of lemon. But yeah, so there's probably lots of information out there that's just not being shared. But really, I suppose I am indulging in a little bit of speculation today, because that's more or less all we've got. And it's just intrigued me watching other YouTubers, YouTubers who are quite in the know normally, and people on X who have got involved in the case, actually out there searching, sort of things they're saying. And also what the family is saying, because of course what the family is saying is important as well. I just wish the police were a little bit more forthcoming, but of course they can't be, I suppose, until they know what's happened to Hannah. This could be, a serious investigation into somebody's murder, you know, for all they know so far. Though the LA police, I think the family are generally sort of not very happy with the LA police report reaction, because they feel that the LA police are not maybe taking it as seriously as they should do. So I said, where are we going to start? Where are we going to start? So I think we'll start with the GoFundMe, because we haven't looked at the GoFundMe. So the family set up a GoFundMe to find Hannah, to help find Hannah, you know, as opposed to the leaflets. I presume they're staying in... Well, I think her sister is still in Hawaii, isn't she, and her mum? But of course, Ryan was staying there in Los Angeles. Her aunties, who from New York, they flew to Los Angeles because it was her aunties she was supposed to be going to see, wasn't it, in New York? And there seems to be, I've noticed there seems to be a little bit of a rift in the family, let's say. The sister... mother and sister don't seem to be very happy with the aunties. So I don't know who's... So when we talk about Hannah's aunties, whose sisters are they? You know, I'm not quite sure how their family dynamics are. But anyway, let's have a look at the GoFundMe. So it says... Sydney Kobayashi is organising this fundraising appeal on behalf of Brandy Yee. Brandy is the mother who's in Hawaii. Sydney is the sister that we watched being interviewed yesterday on News Nation. I think it was yesterday or maybe Saturday we watched it. So support the search for Hannah Kobayashi and Ryan's passing. So they've added on to, also, you know, they've added on about a dad dying. Do you know, I just need to say something now, is I don't know where this woman is, but if it is true that she has, you know, just dropped off the grid and she's going to just pop up like, you know, fine and everything, I'm starting to feel a bit angry about that, because it just seems a very selfish thing to do. I'm not saying she's done that. In fact, in my heart, I don't think she has done that. I think because I couldn't believe anyone would do that. I know, but the thing is, people do. So, like, say for me, if that would have been me when I was, say, 30, which is her age, or maybe, you know, before I had my son, I couldn't have done that to my family, you know, but of course I don't know what, I mean, she seems to have been close to her mum and her sisters. So, and, although she's supposedly estranged from her father, wasn't she? But again, we don't know the full details of that. But the thought for me, I'm not saying I couldn't have gone off the grid, but I would have had to at least say to my family, I'm going off grid, you know, don't worry about me. You know, I'll be fine, but just want to let you know I'm okay. The thought of just disappearing and let them worry about where I was, you know, agonize about where I was, it seems like a really selfish thing to do, if she has done that. One YouTuber actually came out on X and said that. He said he thought she was an entitled brat, who was, you know, just sort of attention seeking, etc. That, you know, which is a bit unfair because we don't know that that's what she's done. Though there's a part of me that thinks if that is what she's done, it does feel like that, doesn't it? Surely she won't have gone off deliberately to make her and knowing that her family would be miserable like this. Anyway, they've raised $46,334. This is quite odd, isn't it? So, you know, people are donating. People have made recent donations. This person who's anonymous has donated $3,016. That's an odd amount, isn't it? It just interests me, things like that. But, you know, maybe it's just what they had, you know, in their account, or it just seems an odd amount. $3,016. Why not 3,000? No, or 3,010 even, but just those sort of things strike me. I notice those little things. Just seems a strange amount, but anyway. My sister, Hannah Kobayashi, has been missing since Monday, the 11th of the 11th. Her last known location was Los Angeles Airport. She missed her connecting flight to New York, where she was supposed to meet up with some of our family. While the community support has been truly astonishing, the scope and intensity of the search are expanding, and so are the expenses. We still have not even been able to get any answers from LAPD or Los Angeles Airport. Well, the airport's probably been told not to say anything by the police. And we feel we need to continue to push harder to expedite the process. We are raising money to support the continuing mission to help to bring Hannah home. Below is a list of how we anticipate using these funds. Food and hydration for the search teams, most of whom are volunteers. Transportation for our family and critical support team. Communication devices and technology for an extensive search area with no cell phone service. A media campaign to maximise awareness of Hannah's missing person case and how to get in touch with the appropriate authorities. Temporary accommodations for essential personnel and on-site support for our family. We are also heartbroken to share that my father, Rowan Kobayashi, has tragically passed during the search for Hannah. As we continue searching for Hannah, we also face the unexpected costs of Ryan's funeral. Donations will now support both the search for Hannah and honouring Ryan's memory. My mum, Brandy, will handle donations and help me coordinate the search and my dad's funeral. Your support means the world to us during this unimaginable time. Thank you for standing with our family. And then a little bit of sort of housekeeping. Be aware that GoFundMe charges a transaction fee of 2.9% plus 30 cents per donation to help cover payment processing. GoFundMe will also ask you if you would like to add a tip. This is up to your discretion. These funds will go directly to that effort. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Let's bring my sister home safely. So, anyway, they've got a lot of nice messages there. People sending what money they can. Now, of course, they've suffered from having the usual sort of people saying nasty things about the GoFundMe, etc. You know, people, whenever this money's concerned, people do get a bit nasty, don't they? But you know what I think? I just think I don't like GoFundMes, but they've set up a GoFundMe, and if people want to donate to it, I don't believe in sort of telling people, what they should do with their money, etc. It's up to them. Nobody has to support them, I suppose, but it's a choice that people make. But look, whenever you set up a GoFundMe for anything, missing people, funerals, maybe trips, or I don't know, whatever people set GoFundMes up for, it's always leaving you open to criticism, because there will always be some people who will be happy to support you for whatever reason, whoever you are and whatever you're doing. And there'll always be some people who'll say, oh, it's what are you collecting money for that for, or whatever. So anyway, GoFundMes, they're here with us to stay. like them or not like them. It's seems to be the first thing. I mean, in these cases, look at the Nicola Bulley case. It was immediate, wasn't it, that Emma set up the GoFundMe for £100,000 before Nicola had even been. What was that for? Because she was being searched for literally by the world and his dog, as far as the police were concerned, mountain rescue, etc., etc., etc. What was £100,000 needed for? Within the first couple of days of someone going missing. So that was obviously a mistake that Emma made, and she soon got rid of that, didn't she? She reduced it and then it disappeared. But there's still a GoFundMe up there for Nicola. I don't know why that's still up there, because, this all happened over a year ago, and Nicola's been buried, and so there's those are the sort of things that cause consternation, I think, for people. And then there was the Jay Slater GoFundMe. People whinged about that because it got such a high amount, but they have closed that down now. It's been closed down because the situation is resolved, and the things will have been paid for that needed paying for. And I believe that Debbie was going to donate money to that search team, etc. So I don't know exactly word for word what she's done with the money she just, but so at least it's been closed down. It should be closed down when a situation is resolved. To me, the Nicola Bulley GoFundMe should be closed down now. I don't understand why it's still going. But anyway, so it's like a knee-jerk reaction these days, isn't it? As soon as something happens, I'll set up a GoFundMe, there's a GoFundMe for Jack O'Sullivan's disappearance. People don't seem to be whinging about that so much. Why is it they whinge about some and don't whinge about others? That's another mystery, isn't it? It's like some people say, oh, yes, you should do that. And then others, it's like, oh, God, what's she doing going out having her nails done? These are sort of strange things. Because to me, if I give to a GoFundMe, and I did give to Victoria Taylor's GoFundMe, first time ever in my life I've given to a GoFundMe, because I just felt her daughter is going to need all the help she can get. So I hope it goes to her. But you know what? If it doesn't go to her, if somebody, and of course then there was a case in Australia, that was a Hannah, wasn't it? Hannah, wasn't she Hannah as well? Her friend who set up the GoFundMe siphoned off the money to pay for gambling, etc. So there's been a lot of bad press about, but to me, when I did make that donation to the GoFundMe for Victoria Taylor, or for her daughter, really, for me, obviously Victoria doesn't need it except for a funeral, but it was because and if somebody did siphon off the funds or spent it on something else, in a way that's nothing to do with me, I think, because I've given that money, and if somebody does something wrong with it, that's their karma, isn't it? I've done what I thought was right at the time, and if it turns out to not be the right thing because it's meant that somebody could siphon off that money, not obviously they wouldn't, it wasn't that much that I donated, they're not going to live like a king for the rest of their life on it, but with all the combinations, because the thing is, if everybody gives a little bit, it adds up to a lot. They've got to deal with their own karma, they've got to deal with their own judgment if they do something wrong with that money. I've done what I thought was right at the time, and as I say, I don't know what made me donate to that one, because I rarely donate. Never ever donated to a GoFundMe. I do give to charities, small charities. I like buying the little old ladies at the supermarkets some food, or give them some money. I like to know exactly where my money's going normally, just because I don't want to pay any CEOs salaries. So I'll never, ever, ever give to big charities. But yeah, so, mixed feelings about the GoFundMe, but at the end of the day, it's people's own decision, isn't it, if they donate or not? So that was the one thing I wanted to look at. Now I want to look at some of these tweets like, so people are, a lot of sort of YouTubers on X are speculating, going through these texts and speculating, you know, is she maybe gone missing voluntarily? So there's talk now that she was actually seen at the Greyhound bus station. Her family is saying that. Let's see if I can find it. But another strange thing that's happened is her family have closed down their Facebook page. And I'm going to read you out their statement in a moment. They say because of threats to their life that they've had. Anyway, we'll have a look. Yeah, Heather, look at Captain Tom. I haven't even gone into that. You know, that was, well, you know, I hated that, and I never gave to that because I just thought, since when is it, you know, raising money for the NHS? I thought the government gave the NHS money, you know, and where's that? And when we looked into that, the NHS charity, that's run by a CEO. You can't even find out what their wages are. You know, I couldn't even find out what their wages are. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't like those kind of things. That straight away smelt a rat to me. In fact, Piers Morgan, bloody pushing it left, right and centre. Then he took Captain Tom off on holiday abroad and he came back with COVID and then he died. God, you know, anyway, never mind. Let's not get into that. So let's concentrate on what we're talking about. So where am I? I'm going on to this. I just want to show you. So apparently there's new information out. Don't know. Trouble is, we don't know that any of it's true because it's not been confirmed by the police. But new information. She was spotted at the Greyhound terminal at Union Station at 6:30 a.m. on the 11th of December. The morning after, she exited the train with a man at the Pico station by the crypto arena. Now, the thing is, where did Hannah stay that first night? When she arrived in Los Angeles, I was listening to Gray Hughes Investigates, and I know some people don't like Gray Hughes and some people do. I think he's very good. I don't like the way he's so nasty to people when they say things that challenge him. You know, God, I get into trouble just for having another opinion. They want to go on Gray Hughes. He literally tells people they're stupid. But not only that, I don't like the way he's just constantly saying, oh, well, this stream's a disaster, you know, come on, you got to contribute some money, otherwise I'm going to go back to doing videos. He keeps saying, I'm going back to doing videos because I'm not making enough money out of streams, and then he carries on doing streams. So, but if you sort of filter all that out, he actually is interesting to listen to, and he has a lot of good ideas, and he goes into things very thoroughly. You just have to put up with all the crap. He was also very magnanimous to me. He actually answered when I sent him an email and asked if I could use bits from his videos if I needed to. He said, no problem, you know. So as far as I'm concerned, he's okay, really. Just have to, as I say, filter. But same with everything. No YouTubers, there's no YouTube channel that you're going to watch where you like every single thing they do. You just have to filter out what you want to hear and what you don't want to hear. And if you don't want to watch it, just click out. So, yeah. So now they're saying she was seen again at the Greyhound terminal. So there's a lot of speculation now that she might have just got on a Greyhound bus. And, you know, she could have gone anywhere, couldn't she, at the end of the day? What is this that I'm on here? This is someone, I don't know if she must be a friend of hers or something, I don't know. Because the actual Facebook page from the family has gone. You know, they've taken it down. What I want to show you is the statement. Let's see. Statement that the family made. No, that's not it. Right, so on Reddit, just trying to work out which way to go with these. So this is the update. Oh God, what happened then? Right. So, update on missing woman Hannah Kobayashi. It is now even more likely she is in Humboldt, which maybe we'll have a look in a minute on the Google Maps. I haven't got a clue where that is, but apparently that's somewhere where she said she wanted to go to look at the trees or something. So this is by Sydney, the sister. Updated timeline. Hannah's timeline per Our Family directly. Friday, November the 8th, 9:53, she landed at Los Angeles. Missed her connecting flight, which left at 11 p.m. So she was there in Los Angeles, in the airport, in the evening. At night time. Where did she sleep that night? Did she sleep at the airport? Or did she go and stay in a hotel? Or Skid Row's just around the corner. Did she go and sleep there? She does say in one of her texts that she's been on the streets. Did she get involved with someone there? Did she meet someone unsavory there? Anyways, so we don't know really where she stayed. Well, they're saying she stayed at the airport. So Saturday, November the 9th at 12, between 12 and 3, she was seen at the Grove, specifically at Taschen Books, charging her phone. And a photo was taken by Hannah and sent to her aunt at 2:43 from the bookstore. Then in the evening, she was spotted back at the airport. So where did she sleep that night? Now, where did she sleep those 2 nights? Friday night and Saturday night. She had to sleep somewhere. Sunday, November the 10th, she was seen at the Grove again, and that's where she was captured on video outside a LeBron James event. And then in the evening, she was believed to have returned to the airport. So this is 3 nights she stayed at the airport? So November the 8th, November the 9th, and November the 10th. Where did she sleep? Monday, November the 11th, she was at 5 p.m., so late in the day, she was spotted talking to a ticketing agent at Los Angeles airport. And at 9:04 in the evening, I presume, she boards the Metro C line. I presume she's been seen on CCTV, that's how they know, at Aviation Century Station at 9:04. She then transferred trains at the Rosa Parks station. And it is confirmed she was accompanied by an unknown individual for the duration of her time on the metro. And at 10:03 p.m., she was seen in video footage departing the Metro Pico station with an unknown individual. So the thing is, her boyfriend, don't forget, is in New York, her ex-boyfriend. So, there's been a lot of speculation, obviously, about her ex-boyfriend, because exes are quite often responsible, aren't they, when things happen to people. But he carried on with that trip. He went to New York. He is in New York, or whether he's still there now, I don't know. But he's been questioned by the police. He's been, very cooperative with everything he knows. This person is someone different. So that's 3 nights unaccounted for. Where did Hannah sleep for those 3 nights? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, she was in Los Angeles. Where did she sleep? No? Where did she sleep? I think that's a bit, at the end of the day, she She stayed somewhere with someone. So where did she stay? Strange. Oh, don't worry, Heather. I wasn't having a go at you. I was just saying I'm coming back to it now. But no, that's no problem. Okay, so, and then on Tuesday, so 3 nights she's unaccounted for in Los Angeles, like unaccounted for in the senses, where did she stay? And then on Tuesday, November the 12th, it's been confirmed that Hannah was seen at the Greyhound Terminal at Union Station approximately 6:30 a.m., but no one else was in the camera frame. But we cannot rule out that if she was with another individual, they may have been distancing themselves from the surveillance. Please be patient with us, as we are all still working effortlessly to continue the search for Hannah. We share our deepest gratitude through this time. We will not stop until we find her. And then Sydney added, this was when the Facebook page was still open. Please be mindful that this is all the information we have from LAPD, and we're just trying to keep everyone as up to date as possible. We're just as frustrated with everyone else with the limited amount of information we've been given by the authorities, but we still have to believe they are doing what they can at this time. We would also appreciate it if we don't have armchair investigators like me. I'm not. Hopefully, I'm not trying to speculate. I'm just, the thing is, unfortunately, Sydney, people want to know what's happened to your sister because they do care. There is the thing is, what's so difficult, I think, for families who are going through this is they want publicity. They do. Of course, they want publicity because they want their loved one to be found. Also, they maybe want donations for the GoFundMe accounts or whatever as well. But, it's difficult because if you want to build up, there's probably loads of missing people out there where their families would love a bit of attention to their case. So the thing is, you get the attention to the case, you are also getting what people are supposed to, do. They, if they get the wind of a case like this that is so mysterious, of course they're going to talk about it. You just can't escape that, really. As long as people aren't disrespectful, I think you just have to accept that that's going to happen. And the good things that come with that is people are going to donate, people are going to spread the word. That's what you want. So you sort of can't have both, I think. This is why they've closed down the Facebook page, I think, particularly, or making their own speculations. The more days go by, the harder this gets for us all as a family, while also grieving the loss of my father. Please give us some grace, and we need the public now more than ever to just keep posting every day. We're not giving up. See, this is it. You're asking for the public. So I don't know if she was having a specific go at people so I was listening to Gray Hughes, as I say, and he said he put a post. So I would never post on their page except to say maybe, I don't know, I don't think I have ever posted on their page. But if I've ever posted on anybody's page who's looking for a missing person, it's just, I hope, you get some answers soon. I would never try and plug my channel on there or, and I have seen people do that on Victoria Taylor's Facebook particularly, but their family just close that right down. I think they did really well. It was definitely a masterclass in how to deal with, people trying to get involved in the case. And it was awful, actually, trying to, people going on there actually advertising their streams. Just, that's not good, is it? Anyway, but I think what Gray had done is he'd put a post on there. He was not happy because he put a post on there asking a question. Can't remember what it was. It was something like, was she definitely seen on the CCTV, or can't remember what the actual question was. And he said, oh, I didn't even get an answer. I didn't even get a like. Didn't get anything. No. So he was like a little bit aggrieved, I think, that he'd asked this question. But I suppose, as far as the family are concerned, maybe they were just avoiding replying to YouTubers, which is fair enough, really, isn't it? So they're putting their, I don't know. But anyway, Gray wasn't very happy about that. And Gray is one of the many YouTubers now who are saying they think that Hannah is still alive and she's gone voluntarily. Maybe a mental health episode, maybe some sort of a cult. Who knows? But there's a lot of them coming out and saying that now. Let's see if we can see the last. So then she says, well, with the latest update, it is now very, very, very possible Hannah made it or is on her way to Humboldt. She was confirmed to be seen on the 11th of the 12th the 12th of the 11th, around 6:30 a.m. at the Greyhound terminal at LA Union Station. This means Hannah is expected to be travelling far. We know she stated she was going to try to take a bus to the Redwoods and find work, so it's possible she's going through with that plan. If you see Hannah, do not approach her. Please do not approach her. Call 911 as well as the phone numbers on the flyer. So, of course, then people go on to talk about it, etc. Yeah, so she's supposed to have texted her roommate and said she wanted to go to the Redwoods, which is this place, isn't it, in Humboldt. We'll have a look in a minute where it is. So now I just want to look at some of the things that have been said on Twitter or X. Oh. Heather. So let's have a look what they've got to say on X. So first of all, we've got this Steve Fisher, who he went out to help look for Hannah. First of all, he goes out looking for missing people. Then he decided to take a step back, as he said that he thought, maybe she'd taken herself off voluntarily. Then he decided to go back out there again. He's back out there now in LA, but it seems like she's gone from LA, so he's probably in the wrong place now. And look what I think this is the car park that Hannah's dad unalived himself. It's high, isn't it? It's very sad, that, isn't it? So look at what he says. He says, I have also read the speculation that her father's death may not have been unaliving, but rather at the hands of someone else. Sorry. I went to the parking structure last night, and there are multiple fisheye cameras. Additionally, the parking structure is bordered by hotels on each side that also have their own surveillance. The medical examiner was very fast in determining the manner of death, which leads me to believe, because they announced the manner of death on the same day that poor Ryan was found deceased. That same day they released his cause of death as being, the big S. So he says, this leads me to believe this was captured clearly on surveillance. I think that's 100% right. Keep in mind the medical examiner has their own independent investigators separate from LAPD. Finally, most of the hotel rooftops lease out camera space to news stations, aircraft watching YouTube channels, which are huge, weather stations, etc. So there are probably many cameras that captured the rooftop activity. But then he adds, I'm confident that the evidence indicates Hana Kobayashi has not been abducted and is not a victim of sex trafficking. There are numerous details that have not been disclosed, which is unfair to the public. According to several close to her, psychedelics and drugs are a part of her life. I've also been told that she's estranged not only from her now deceased father, but also from several other family members as well. The male she was last seen with is known. According to him, there are questions that need clarification. Is Hannah legally married to Alan C. from Argentina? Who's Alan C. from Argentina? Was the ex-boyfriend who was on the plane with her also married? If so, were these marriages for green card purposes? While I believe the marriage aspect may add complexity to her story, it does not seem directly related to her being missing. I strongly suspect that this is him talking, but I have no idea. I strongly suspect that this is a voluntary disappearance and that she's pursuing some sort of spiritual path and purposely avoiding her family. Now, that sort of is possible, isn't it? But she was texting her family, wasn't she? So she wasn't avoiding them. Well, initially. Gosh. It is a proper mystery. Now, that's interesting post by this Dallas. Regarding your arranged marriage and Alan claim, an observant Redditor has just pointed this out. There's notes in her because she'd made an itinerary of all the things she was doing, photo shoots. She looks like she was quite an organised person. I don't know about hallucinogenic drugs. If all this is all organised like this. Anyway, there were notes in her New York itinerary referencing shooting photos with someone called Alan at Central Park, a common method of building convincing marriage stories. So look, she's got an itinerary there. 9 till 11 Memorial Museum, Zed's Perfect Walking Tour, the Museum of Natural History, Solo, All Day Central Park, Alan. What does that say? MoMA? Alan. Photos together. Food. Pizza. Now, so she did meet up with someone called Alan while she was there, according to her itinerary. So is Alan this man that she's been seen with? Does he know more? Who is he? Have this police spoken to him? We just don't know. Yeah, he's starting to, if she has done this deliberately, people are starting to get frustrated with her, but of course we don't know that she has. Dear me, that's very sad, isn't it, for Ryan? That was his last resting place. Well, not his last resting place. Okay, so that's what he had to say. Now, there was somebody else talking that I thought, let's have a look So now somebody else. So the trouble is this is why we need some official confirmation of what's happening, because it's all getting a bit silly now with speculation, I think. Now, if we look at Gray Hughes's account, sorry, I mean, it's not funny, but it is. So somebody had made a post, this Michelle McPhee, whoever she is, exclusive, missing photographer Hana Kobayashi spotted on the Venice Beach Broadwalk tonight. CCTV camera at V Hotel caught her walked by tonight, wearing a black mask and grey clothing, right? So Gray Hughes had answered, how do you know it's her if she's wearing a black mask and grey clothing? You know, exactly. What? So she's wearing a black mask and grey clothing. How would they know it was her? So he says, come on now, I'm not saying it isn't, but give more proof. And then he went on and put this sarcastic meme. Yes, definitely look, or somebody shared it with him and he shared it. Yes, definitely looks like her. I mean, it's just getting silly now, isn't it? I mean, I could say, oh, Hannah Kobayashi has just walked past my house in a COVID mask and a black hoodie. You know, I know it was her because it looked like her. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Let's see what else he's had to say about her. Oh, he also said, at some point, oh, he gets called scum as well. You know, so a lot of people don't like him, which is fair enough. You know, we all have our views, don't we? I'm just really more interested in what he's got to say about Hannah, not what he's got. Because he has, anyway, without me taking ages to look for it, he has also said that in his opinion now she has disappeared voluntarily. So he said that. The other person who's says we should be looking, we're going to get some interesting news soon, see if we do or not, is JLR. So JLR Investigates, another big YouTuber. The Hannah Kobayashi case is about to get interesting, according to him. And this is the last post on the Facebook of the what's the word? This is the last post on their Facebook before closing it down. Let's have a read of it. The family extends their heartfelt gratitude to those who have shown sincere support without judgment and without seeking self-promotion or personal gain from their tragedy. So who do they mean by that? Do they mean people like Gray who'd left a message on there? Or some of the people seem to think they meant the aunties. Now, they're certainly speaking for Sydney and her mother here, not mentioning the aunties. At this time, Sydney and her mother will not be responding to any messages. They have also made it clear they do not support any family members speaking out on their behalf. So those aunties, and that one in particular that's with the blonde lady that was speaking out with Ryan, you know, we've watched them being interviewed. Specifically, they're saying they do not support any family members speaking out on their behalf. It's kindly requested you refrain from sending any further messages to them. This post will only remain for a brief time out of respect for the individuals who demonstrated true care and concern for Hannah and her family. Well, of course, people have screenshot it. I've screenshot it from JLR screenshot, you know, because people, you know, you can wipe posts out, but you never know who's actually screenshot it already. Here, the family has been faced with the difficult decision to remove the Find Hannah page from Facebook. While Sydney and her mother believe the greater majority of individuals on this page genuinely care and are interested in helping find Hannah, the negativity and attacks on their family have become more than they can bear. I don't know why people listen. Speculating about what's happened to someone is not the same as attacking somebody. You know, to people send, like this is what happened in the Jay Slater case and the Nicola Bulley case. You're not talking about what might happen. That's human nature. the internet now, YouTube, etc., it's become where we used to go to the pub and discuss things. Now people do it over the internet. But there's a big difference between discussing theories and wondering what's happened to someone than to actually directly sending messages to the family and accusing them of things or being nasty to them, like sometimes families have to go through. That is unbelievable to me. I mean, the thought of, I like to speculate as much as anyone. I mean, we're all human beings. That's what we're on here now. We're exploring our thoughts, and I like to hear what other people think, and then I think about and I think whether I agree with it or not. But the thought of actually, directly messaging Sydney, for example, and saying, "Oh well, I think it's all a big scam, that GoFundMe." Why would you do that? Even if you thought it, why? Why would you do that? It's really nasty, isn't it? But of course, that's what trolls do. Let me just I want to put my picture of it because I like to remember what I think. And I get that. I mean, people trolling. These are the people. This is what they look like. Sat behind their computers, like thinking, "Oh, what misery can I cause? Oh, how can I be nasty?" If you don't agree with somebody, or either say nothing, or even if you must say something, why actually directly message someone just to be nasty to them? I mean, I don't even read. Sometimes I get emails from people. I even get an email from someone just nicely challenge it, saying, "Oh, well, this is what." I mean, I'd rather they did it as a message on YouTube where everyone can see it. If they directly email me, what they're trying to do is directly get at me, aren't they? It's like, I don't want everybody else to know what a twat I am, but I want you to know what I think you're a twat. So it's like, no, I normally read about the first 3 words, and if I can see the way it's going, it just goes not in the bin. They never go in the bin. They're always there just in case, but they go in the trolls folder. And I don't even read them. So I just tell you that if you're thinking of sending me a shitty message, just don't bother because it won't get read. But it'll go straight in the trolls folder. And then if I ever need it later on, I will bring it out. But I doubt if I will. But this is so what's the point in doing that? If you've got something to say it openly on the YouTube thing, and, and nicely and respectfully. You just don't agree, fine. Don't agree, good. Probably a lot of other people agree with you, but maybe I don't, so that is my prerogative. So, yeah, so these poor but, I'm just a YouTuber. It's like I put myself on YouTube, I'm going to get this sort of attention sometimes. I'm going to get negative attention. I have to take the good with the bad, don't I? But these families whose loved ones are missing, why have they got to take it? So listen to this. So as recent as yesterday, there were threats against their lives and the lives of their small children. Well, for what? What? This has prompted them to make formal reports to the FBI and make the difficult decision to remove the page. How awful. The family will continue to rely on the private professionals and legal counsel to assist in their efforts moving forward. To those of you who graciously donated to the family's GoFundMe, rest assured that Sydney is being fiscally responsible with these funds and is utilising every dime to bring Hannah to safety and lay her father, Ryan, to rest. So, unless you trolls out there, tell you what, you might not look, you'll look like this either on the outside or the inside, one or the other. That's what you look like. How would somebody threaten? So this girl, now maybe it'll turn out one day that Sydney is a bad person. We don't know. But as far as we know at the moment, why would you even think that? And why? If you don't want to donate to the GoFundMe, don't donate to the good GoFundMe. This girl is grappling with her father died. Whether I don't know if Sydney was estranged from her father, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes it can be worse when you're estranged from someone, when someone dies, because you feel guilty because you were estranged from them. You know, if it's like your loved one and the last time you saw them, you told them how much you loved them, you had a lovely time with them, and, you know, and you give them a big hug, as much as it'll hurt, obviously, when they pass, at least later on you won't be thinking, oh God, I can't believe that the last time I saw him I called him a twonk or whatever. You know, you've got those, you've not got that guilt. When you're estranged from someone and they die, you can never go back and make up. You know, even with my ex-partner, I was relieved when he passed because he was scaring me, because I wasn't sure what he was going to do to me. There was also this feeling that he'd taken himself to a place where I couldn't reach him, we couldn't make up, we couldn't make things right. It was a really weird feeling, because, you know, remembering that your last words to that person was, well, I hope I never see you again, because that's how I felt at the time, because he was stalking me. And then, of course, the guilt that it leaves you with, that you've said that to somebody and then they take their own lives. No, I've learned to live with it now, because at the end of the day, I know that it was unbearable what he was doing. But it's took me, you know, nearly 30 years to get to that point where I've forgiven myself, you know. So even if they were estranged, doesn't mean say she didn't care about her dad, and she may even feel worse now, because I don't know that they were estranged, maybe they weren't. But do you know what I'm saying? Sort of reading between the lines, there's obviously some family discord here, and you know there's nothing wrong with that either. All of you out there, and in my, how many of you have got families that are all get on all the time? You know, what I find with families is it's like, especially when you've got big family like I have, there'll be one not talking to another one, then maybe they make up, and then that one stops talking to the other one. You know, this is just how families are. You know, but normally, at least, you know, you're tied together by blood, and sooner or later you make some sort of, you know, you make some sort of get back together a little bit, even though it, you know, it may never be the same as it was before. Your blood ties bring you back together, and your extended ties. But when someone passes, there's no going back, is there? So I just, you know, I feel like these people are going through hell, and other people are making it worse for them. You just think, well, how would it be for them if it was their families? These trolls, they just don't care, do they? You know, anyway, never mind. So the family will continue to rely on the private professionals and legal counsel to assist in their efforts moving forward. To those of you who graciously donated to the family's GoFundMe, rest assured that, Sydney is being fiscally responsible with those funds and utilising every dime to bring Hannah to safety and lay her father Ryan to rest. Now, the thing is, Ryan, as far as I know, he lived in Hawaii, so they'll probably will they have to repatriate his body? Or will they could have him cremated and then have his ashes repatriated? You know, so there's an expense there, isn't there? Apart from everything else they're going through. You can see here the very first comment there by this person. I feel like the family is involved. I mean, maybe they are. I don't know. The behaviour from the family is odd. Anonymous threats from random lowlifes on the internet couldn't make me take my advocacy page down. How do you know that, Dallas? Because you've never been in that position. If someone's threatening children in your family, you know, how do you know? How could you possibly know how you would feel? Sounds like they don't want to find her. These people are involved. Who uses the term fiscally responsible? Oh, my goodness. They can't take the heat. Weird. God. So, you know, there you go. That's how people are, unfortunately. Just... And then a lot of people are talking about it, you know, so... Now, JLR says it's direct shots at Larry Pigeon, who is the auntie. Maybe it is. Do they feel like Larry is... the auntie is... But I thought the GoFundMe was going to Sydney's mum anyway, so it can't be about the GoFundMe, but who knows? So there's a lot of crap going on here, basically, isn't there? A lot of crap. You know, a lot of crap that we don't know about. Hi, Angel. Hi, Babs. I don't know if there's a tip line, but there was a phone number. I read it out earlier. The sister gave the number, didn't she? In one of the things, you'll have to rewind it now, but I don't know if it's a specific tip line, but they did give a number out. They said to ring either the number or they gave a couple of numbers. It's on the flyer. It's on the flyer, I think. So let's have another look just at Reddit, because Reddit can be quite interesting. I mean, there's always a lot of speculation on Reddit, but you know, what else have we got really? Let's see, visit Reddit. Yeah, there's the tip line. Ooh. Where's it gone? Let me just, on the missing posters. Oh, but that was the other strange thing, isn't it? Hannah is not on the official missing list for the FBI. Oh, no, she's on the California missing list, apparently. So here, you can't see it very well on there. Can I go in there? Yeah. Yeah. There's the line that you're supposed to call. It says, don't approach her. Watch her until the police arrive. Take a photo and call this number or this number. So, I mean, she will be easily identified when they do find her, because she's got a tattoo of a heart with a knife. That's a bit worrying, isn't it? On her inside right forearm. I mean, why would you have a tattoo? Sorry, I mean, I've got tattoos, but the thought, a tattoo with a heart with a knife, does that mean she had her heart broken? You know, normally you have a tattoo. The tattoos you have, they mean something. Otherwise, what's the point of having a tattoo? So I've got a butterfly on my shoulder, though I had that done so long ago. It didn't really mean anything except I like butterflies. And then an ex-boyfriend of mine paid for this tattoo. I don't know if you can see it, but that's the Manchester Bee. That was just because of Manchester and the arena bombings, etc., and just because I'm a Mancunian at heart. I may have travelled far from Manchester, but in my heart, I'm still a Mancunian. I think the don't approach her, David, is because of her mental state. So they're worried that it might frighten her, you know. I don't think it's because she's violent. I think it's because of her fragile mental state, I presume, but I don't know. You're from Manchester also, Angel. Oh, yeah, we could all have a go about the government, couldn't we? Not only the British government, all of them. So did you see that? So, sorry, I'm going completely off the track here, but, you know, Joe Biden has pardoned his son. It's amazing what you can do when you're president, isn't it? Amazing, really. Yeah. Gosh, I wonder if my son did something, who would pardon him? I don't like things like that. I don't like the fact that Donald Trump is pardoning himself, basically. Of course, nothing will happen, even though he's a convicted felon. This is not right. Anyway, there you go. That's how it is all over the world, isn't it? You know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's not what you do, it's who you know that can get you off what you do. It's bad. So I don't think there's anything else that I've got to tell you today. Just that, yeah, you feel like maybe it's coming to a bit of a head. Because if they found, oh, that's what I was going to do, isn't it? Was have a look at that place that she's supposed to have gone to. Maybe I'll do that in another one, because I've been on quite a while now, haven't I? Got to go and get some lunch. Got classes later. Hope you're all having a nice Monday. Of course, it's Monday, lunes. Not the best day of the week, is it, normally? You know, we have a nice, we have a nice sort of weekend and all, and then we have to, Monday comes and it's all back on the treadmill again, isn't it? Yeah, I can't find anything else that I had set up. I think I've been through everything. Oh, this is something that I did want to... I noticed that Paris Hilton is getting involved. Don't know if you know who Paris Hilton is. Is he a brother of, what's her name, the actress? I don't know, but Paris Hilton is a famous person. Anyway, gossiper, isn't he? ParisHilton.com. He's getting very involved in this case, I noticed. Yeah. He's been talking about the dad dying, etc. Yeah, I don't know why I thought he was like a sort of a gossip columnist or something. Why is he, or is it just, you know, does he just get involved in anything that seems popular? I don't know. So, yeah, he's been involved. Well, I say involved, I'm not saying he's involved, I'm saying he's reporting on it. I'm just wondering when Dog the Bounty Hunter will jump in on this case. He'll be the next one. You know, he's been getting involved with the Sebastian Rogers case. Oh, of course, we have already seen Dog talking, because apparently Dog knows, or Dog's daughter knows, Hannah. You know, so I'm surprised he hasn't become much more involved in this case. Right, just have one more look for any information. Of course, it's sleep time in America at the moment. You know, America will wake up around 3-4 o'clock this afternoon as far as Spanish time's concerned. And that might be when any updates, if there are any, come through. And I will, of course, let you know. From what I can see, the news, there's, just this about her intentionally missing the flight, the missing text not sounding like her, blah, de, blah, de, blah. I don't think there's anything new. So it's even been all over the Spanish news now. It's all over the Spanish news. You know, so it's becoming a real international case. Bye, David. See you later in the members. I'm going to finish now anyway. So I don't know what I'm going to talk. Oh, yeah. All right, David. All right. We're not talking about Manchester City at the moment. Oh my God, I don't know what's going. Listen, I've been through worse than this. I've been a City fan all my life. We're not like the United fans who sort of whinge, you know, about everything. Oh, and what's so depressing is the Manchester United fans now. It's like they've found something, you know, that they can talk about now that, oh, well, we never won lost 5 games in a row or 6 or whatever it is under Sir Alex Ferguson. Because, of course, the Manchester United fans, they're still living in the past. They're still talking about Alex Ferguson. It was like 20 years ago or however long it was. You know, that's all they've got to talk about because they, you know, they can't win anything at the moment. So they're reveling in it. Now, I would never want Liverpool to win above Manchester United even. You know, to me, I'd rather see Manchester United win than Liverpool. But then I'd rather see Liverpool win than Arsenal. So, you know, you have your rankings. But the team that I'd most like to win, of course, is Manchester City. But you know what? There you go. We're going through a little bit of a bad time. It'll get better. We've been through much, much, much worse times than this. And I still was a City fan. City till I die. Heather, because my brother used to take me to, my older brother, who unfortunately is not with us anymore. When I was a little girl, he used to take me to Main Road to watch football, put me on his shoulders to watch. And the reason he used to take me is because I had a brother as well, who's a couple of years older than me. But he was like a little shit. You know, you couldn't take him anywhere. He was so badly behaved. So my older brother would take me because I was good. I was well behaved. And yeah, he used to put me on his shoulders. I've got like really nice memories of Main Road. I remember going through the tunnel there, and it was a bit scary because it was, you know, you'd go through the tunnel and it was packed, you know, with people. And then he'd take us to the Kippax and put me on his shoulders and watch the match, evening matches normally, because I suppose he was working in the day. You know, I don't know how old I was. I was probably only about 4. So that's why I'm a City fan. I've been a City fan ever since. And also, of course, I am a proper Mancunian. You know, most United fans are not even from Manchester, are they? That's the standing joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. But it's true in a way. Anyway. So Rangers. Yeah, so in Scotland, you've got Rangers and... God, what's the other one? Rangers and Celtic. They're the main teams, aren't they? That's a very, you know, there's a real rivalry there, isn't there? It's quite interesting. When I was at a birthday party once, and the woman poor woman, the person whose birthday it was, they were Scottish, and they'd got this woman singing. She wasn't Scottish, so she didn't know, but she started singing Simply the Best. Oh my God, there was a riot. It was like, no, I can't remember which team that is. Is that Rangers? And then the Celtic fans were annoyed, or is it Celtic and the Rangers fans were annoyed? Oh, well, there was practically a bloody fight in the... Is it Simply the Best? Yeah, this poor woman, she was just singing it because she thought, oh, it's Tina Turner. Everybody likes Tina Turner. Oh my God, this guy that I know, he's like, get that I can't do a Scottish accent. Get that song off now. That's Irish, isn't it? I don't know. But anyway, it was, oh, God. And everyone was like, what? Tina Turner? What's wrong with Tina Turner? Because if you weren't Scottish, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Oh, is it a Rangers song? Yeah, there you go. So that's one thing I've learned. If you're at a Scottish event, don't sing Simply the Best. Well, unless you know that they're all Rangers fans. Oh dear. But you know, it's like, if I was at an event and they started singing You'll Never Walk Alone, I wouldn't think, oh, that means Liverpool, or don't know. I suppose City's song is Blue Moon, of course. What's United's song? I don't even know what United's song is. No idea. But of course, my son is a Manchester United fan, because when he was growing up, Manchester United were, I tried to make him a City fan, but City were in about the second division or whatever when he was young and growing up, and my family are sort of divided. So they would like competing to make him either a City fan or a United fan. So you've got like my brother sending him City kit, and my nephews and that are all bloody United fans, and their wives and whatever, taking him to United matches and buying him United kits and taking him to all. So of course United won because United were a big team then, In fact, when I first came to live in Spain, it was so irritating because as soon as I said I was from Manchester, Spanish people would say, Manchester, yeah, and they used to call Manchester United Manchester. That's what they would call the team. And I used to spend, be saying, no, not Manchester. They're called Manchester United. And my team is Manchester City. There are two teams because we have that in Spain because you've got Madrid, Real Madrid, and you've got Atletico Madrid. And now Atletico Madrid are doing better than they used to. But of course, Real Madrid are still like, unlike Manchester United who have just gone. Real Madrid are still doing well. Years ago, it just used to be, it was either Real Madrid or Barcelona. That was it, that ever won anything. But the other Spanish teams are getting a bit better, and Atletico Madrid is a bit better. So that's how I could explain it to them, is, look, there are two teams in Manchester. There's Manchester City and Manchester United. And City used to be good years ago, but, not now, and blah, blah, blah. And you go through the whole thing. Then, of course, it all started to change when they got bought by the sheikhs or whatever, the Saudis, and things started to turn around. And, money helps. But, United have always had money. Or there's not a Premier League team now that hasn't got a lot of money. So, they can't keep going on about money all the time. They've all got money. So Pep Guardiola is a very good manager, but he's struggling at the moment because, of course, half the team are injured. But anyway. Annie. But there you go. It just shows you. It just shows you, David. You've bought your grandson a Celtic kit every year, and now he's a Rangers supporter. The thing is, they just do what they want to do, don't they? Now, there was a time a couple of years ago that my son was seriously considering changing and becoming a City supporter. Thing is, he was born in Reading, so he's not. He has lived in Manchester briefly, but he's not proper. He's a Mancunian descent, but he's not proper Mancunian like I am. City's in here, it goes further than just, a lot of Manchester United fans, they're glory hunters. I meet loads of them here. They're not even, they're from London, or they're from, I don't know, from some obscure place that hasn't got a proper team. So they picked Manchester United because at the time Manchester United were like, winning everything, and you can't, I don't blame them for that. But they're not proper fans. Not, when they really, football's really emotional, isn't it? It's, to me, Manchester City, it means so much. It's not only about football, it's about the memories with my brother and going to Main Road, and, loads of different memories of all it with my dad. Like, my dad said he was a City supporter, but he was a secret Man United supporter, I think. It's all that Manchester, in Manchester, football is a big thing. Just is. It's, I suppose it is in most big cities, isn't it? And it's a very emotive thing. It's more than just a game, isn't it? Remember that? Was it Bill Shankly who said that? I always forget who said it, but football's not just, what is it? It's not a matter of life and death. It's much more serious than that. And it can feel like that. So for me, as long as Arsenal don't win, to be honest, the league I'm talking about, if Liverpool win, that's better than Arsenal. But I'd rather it was Manchester United, but it's not going to be Manchester United. I don't think Man United are ever going to win the league again. to be honest. I honestly can't see it happening. But I'd rather see Liverpool win because at least they're a northern team. Anyone except Arsenal, and I couldn't bear Piers Morgan if Arsenal won. Anyway, okay. A St Mirren support. Yeah, that's a proper football support. When you support a team, not because they're winning everything. Sorry, I'm probably boring everyone to death talking about football, but you know, they're a team not because you're supporting a team, not because they're winning anything, because they're in your heart. You know, that's proper football supporter. And yeah, a lot of people now support City that didn't support them before, but I've always supported them. So okay, so enjoy your day. If you're a member, I'll be back tonight. If you've got any suggestions for what to talk about, I've got some things. I thought we might have some of the videos that people have sent me, or you know, stories that people have sent me that haven't really been true crime and what have you, but I know that you'll find them interesting. I thought we might look at them tonight, and of course we may know by then a little bit more about Hannah, bless her. Okay, so I'll see you later. Put my glasses on because, of course, Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming. So have a good day or a good afternoon or a good evening, whatever you're doing in this crazy world we're living in. Prayers for Hannah and any missing person or anybody who's lost out there. You know, we all give ourselves a hug. Virtual hugs. Sometimes we need a hug, don't we? But then that's what animals are for, of course, because we can hug them and they can give us a hug when we need one. We can't get one anywhere else. So take care. I'll see you later. And until I see you again, may your God go with you. Thank you. Oh, don't forget to like, please. Bye. And subscribe, of course.